Here we go. Yeah. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Man, it was my senior year in high school. We were in a dogfight. We were playing a team named St. John's. The St. John's Cadets were spoken about in the past. The guy who founded Under Armour went there, all that kind of jazz. In fact, they're in the championship coming up this week. All right, so when I was there, we played them and it was a dogfight. We actually ended up winning the game by 1 point, 14-13. And most people think of that game and they say, man, this was Jelani Jenkins' coming out party. You know, he scored every point in the game. He scored all 14 points, and this was his sophomore year, and he really did the damn thing. Wrong. I mean, not wrong in terms of, yes, Jelani balled, but wrong when it comes to who was the MVP, who made the biggest play in the game. It was not Jelani Jenkins. It was a cat named Mark Hamilton. Mark motherfucking Hamilton. My guy. Listen, he was our punter, our sophomore punter, right? And like I mentioned, we were in a dogfight. So there had a situation at the beginning of the game in which the snap goes over Mark's head. We were lined up to punt, the snap goes over Mark's head, and it's disaster because in a game like that, that could be the difference. That could be the difference in a win and a loss. So I was actually on the punt team, and I remember looking back and I see Mark sprinting with the ball, and he does a rugby style punt. He picks up the ball, is sprinting, does a rugby style punt, and ends up pinning St. John's deep, and that actually set up Jelani's first score on defense. Damage control. Now, this is what I want you to take away from that. Ask me how many times we practice the rugby style punt during practice. 0. Not one time. Not one time. As much as good counsel practices punt and works on special teams, I mean, Coach Malloy is notoriously known for talking about how important special teams is, how important the punt team is, all that kind of shit. We practice the rugby style punt 0 times, not once. However, Mark Hamilton was ready when his time came. Meaning he would go to sleep every single night saying, you know what, I know I got this starting position. I got to be ready. What if the snap goes over my head? What if this? What if that? You know, all of these things, all of these little things when it comes to what the game teaches. See, we spend so much time focusing on the big things, the players like the all-star players like the Jelanis and the Stephen Diggs and the ones that made it to the league. But these little lessons that life teaches us are absolutely, they're invaluable, absolutely invaluable. That, my friend, is why, as football players, why, as former athletes, why we know what a good teammate is. We know exactly who's showing up every single day. We know the mindset it takes to survive. This kind of thing helped me because I remember actually when I was a trainer at 9 Round, Pablo, my coworker, would be the guy who, quote unquote, is the freestyle guy who knows how to teach boxing. He can teach jab, cross uppercut, and stuff like that. So in my mind, I had to go to sleep and say, okay, what if Pablo doesn't show up to work today? Will the members be disappointed? No, because I had to learn it myself. And it's all of these teammates, all these kinds of people, and it goes on over and over and over and over again. The mindset is one of the most powerful things you can. The mindset, when you develop your mindset about certain things, it's one of the most powerful things you can ever develop. It is not one of the most powerful thing that you can develop. To be honest, it's the most powerful thing that you can develop because situations like that. We ended up winning the game by 1 point, and had he not made that one play, there's no way we win the game. Had he kind of saw the snap go over his head and let the ball go and be a safety and all that other shit, we end up giving them 2 points and we lose the game. Small things. And again, this was not something that was on the practice schedule. We did not practice the rugby style punt. All right. If you're listening to this on the Move Swiftly podcast, be sure to follow. It comes out 5 days a week. Also, if you have not yet heard about the Move Swiftly podcast, make sure you find it, subscribe to it. We're coming out, like I mentioned, we're coming out 5 days a week in absolute fire, 5 days a week. If you really are about adjusting your mindset and making things happen. Also, makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. That's where you can purchase all the merch, the Plus LY merch, from the books to the t-shirts to the ROI hiring seminars and the Move Swiftly workshops. It's all in a one-stop shop right there on makeyourmove.com. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.